Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. The Ted Wells report on the Deflategate issue released 10 minutes ago, just as we were welcoming Jet fan, Patriot hater, Hank Azaria here. Is that a fair assessment? You're Jet fan, Patriot hater.
Yeah, by definition.
By definition, yeah. Yeah, those are not mutually exclusive things. They're intertwined like the DNA.
You can't help it. Yeah.
And we're just sifting through the report and everything that we've seen so far that Ted Wells said that Tom Brady was generally aware of the inappropriate behavior, even though he exonerated. I don't know. All of this is so contradictory.
Well, it didn't say that Brady was aware that more likely than not he was. It doesn't exactly. The writing is.
So here is the heart of the matter from the Wells investigation. May I read this to you, Hank Azaria? I'll read it to the audience as well.
No, just to me.
No, just to you. Okay, yeah. And if everybody else just wants to eavesdrop, that's fine. For the reasons described in this report and after a comprehensive investigation, we have concluded that in connection with the AFC Championship game, it is more probable than not that New England Patriots personnel participated in violations of the playing rules and were involved in a deliberate effort to circumvent the rules. It also is our view that it is more probable than not that Tom Brady was at least generally aware of the inappropriate activities of McNally and Yastrzemski involving the release of air from Patriots game balls.
Yeah, that says it. I mean, at that press conference, we were just talking off the air, that press conference that Brady had, which was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And although Brunell was crying and whatnot, he was a little over-emotional, but he was essentially correct. All Tom Brady had to say was, come on, guys. Every quarterback likes the ball the way they like it. I have definitely expressed that over the years to the guys. You know, if they did something, they probably did it knowing that's the way I like the ball, but I certainly didn't tell them to, and I didn't know that it specifically for that game had been done. And that's all that would have needed to have been said. I mean, and that's all, we all know it to be true.
That everybody likes their footballs a certain way.
Well, yeah. I'm not an NFL QB, but so I hear.
That's just exactly. You to ask any of them. And it was Brady and Peyton Manning who led the charge about 7-8 years ago to allow each team to handle their own footballs, whether at home and on the road.
Yeah.
Because a lot of quarterbacks thought that when they were on the road, the home team was handling the footballs in a manner that would be advantageous to the home team and disadvantageous to the quarterbacks that were on the road. So they wanted to just remove that from the equation. Here's the simple issue. Now that we're bringing this up again, because it's finally here, that even in this game, they destroyed the Indianapolis Colts. Destroyed them. And in the next game, 2 weeks later in the Super Bowl, when the footballs were handled completely by the NFL from beginning to end, Brady set a record for throwing 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. It's a Super Bowl record. And led them on a comeback attempt. And the footballs may not have been to his liking.
Right.
So what is this really all about?
I mean, it's nothing, but it's more interesting in its aftermath and how people scramble to deny and put out propaganda than the thing itself is, in my opinion.
Tom Brady, New England Patriots owner and CEO Robert Kraft, who wanted
the middle one there is where the most juice is.
Okay, thank you for that, because he wanted an apology.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. He says what is not highlighted in the text of the report is that 3 of the Colts' 4 footballs measured by at least one official were under the required PSI levels. He's saying the Colts did too.
Right.
As far as we are aware, there is no comparable data available from any other game because in the history of the NFL, PSI levels of footballs have never been measured at halftime in any climate. If they had been, based on what we now know, it is safe to assume that every cold weather game was played with underinflated footballs. As compelling a case as the Wells report may try to make, I'm going to rely on the factual evidence of numerous scientists and engineers rather than inferences from circumstantial evidence. Bob Kraft of the Patriots.
The part it's hard for me to admit this, that I agree with him on is, everybody does it, I'm sure. Everybody does it. I'm sure the Colts did it that game too. Right? I mean, who wouldn't do it?
And in the end, they ran the ball down their throats. And Andrew Luck threw a pick 6, not to bring up anything, but Revis, was the one who sort of, sealed that deal that day.
A Jet again.
Yes, indeed. Because of tampering, apparently.
Yeah, of course.
What's
not tampering?
Isn't this great?
That's another thing, the tampering thing.
What do you think of that?
What isn't tampering? I'm not being facetious.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, he said we'd love to have him back.
Yeah, that's tampering?
Sure, he's under contract to another team. You could say that if Rivas' agent is sitting out there, he now knows in the middle of December, I've got myself some serious leverage on the Patriots.
It's like if Seth MacFarlane was like, I like Hank Azaria. I'd love him to come over and do Family Guy. Can't do it.
Is that
funny you mentioned that because I've done Family Guy, and actually I'm doing a new show that is produced by Seth.
Nice job, Wall.
Well, tampering.
So, yes, I guess tampering.
Well, had he said that, you would have gone sooner to the Seth MacFarlane camp. You can do that and The Simpsons together. That's impressive.
Yeah.
How many voices can you do?
I've lost count over the years. Right?
Yeah. Have you seen Jim Brockmeyer lately? Have you seen?
I have seen Jim Brockmeyer. You're looking at him right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was looking for him at the Emmy Awards last night.
He was there.
Yeah.
You're just not where people can see on camera.
He was lurking in the back.
He was in the back at the bar.
Jim was lurking. You were lurking in the back of the bar? Is that really what happened yesterday?
Yeah, I was pretty wasted, and I didn't even realize I was at the Emmy celebration until somebody informed me that I was.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm with Jim Brockmeyer now, the legend of the booth, of funnyordie.com. I was part of that documentary. But
a wonderful part of it.
Yeah, and it was an honor to tell your story.
Yeah.
Is it true that
yes, it was.
At an Emmy Awards several years ago, you and Brent Musburger got into it over best play-by-play, him for the NBA?
Yeah, Musburger's a punk, and I don't care who hears me say that. He's a jerk, and I'm sure you got Bob Costas coming on.
He is coming in, yeah.
God bless him, Bob Costas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all pray to Bob Costas. He'll back me up on this. He knows Musburger's a punk.
Yeah?
He just doesn't have the cojones to say it. But, Musburger and I got into it over the pronunciation of Kent Herbeck's name many years ago.
What was the set to about Kent Herbeck's name?
Musburger was insisting you got to roll that R, Herbeck. I'm like, yeah, you go on the air, Brent, and say Herbeck. See how far you get.
And then
idiot.
And then it came to blows.
Yeah, one thing led to another. Musburger fancies himself a tough guy. He's a jag-eye.
And now we're sitting here talking about air and footballs.
Yeah.
Go figure that.
It comes full circle, doesn't it, Rich?
Yes, it does. What about the Mets? Are you genuinely thrilled?
Can I be Hank again?
Yes, you can be Hank. Are you genuinely thrilled and pleased? Do you believe this is a sustainable amount of success that we've seen in April? Hank, what do you think?
I'd say they're closer to being the 11-0 team than the 4-7 team.
Mm-hmm.
But, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And they've got a lot of injuries right now that
Sure.
are being tested that way. But, leave it to the Mets to go 11-0 and then immediately have a terrible streak. Not like go 500 for like 20 games.
Well, David Wright might be coming back soon, right? Is that what they're saying?
I think this weekend or a little bit after.
There you go.
Yeah. They need Darno back pretty badly, too. And they need Blevins back, and they need Parnell back.
Mm-hmm. And if I open the phone lines, would you take a couple phone calls from our listeners?
Sure.
Would you do that?
Sure.
Okay.
About any question.
About any question. People may not ask you to do voices, too.
Sure.
Just like I just did.
Also, I can answer science questions or
you
U.S.
can?
history. Anything.
You can do that? All of that stuff?
Yeah.
No kidding. Is that what you did here in New York at high school?
Answered questions?
Tufts? Is what you did at Tufts?
I took history class.
Did you?
Sure.
Hank Azaria is here. We have the Brady sound?
Yeah, we have the Brady sound from his press conference that he held following Deflategate. You want to hear it?
Because this is what you're referring to.
Mealy mouth.
Oh, gosh.
Listen to the mealy mouthed.
Okay, here we go.
I didn't, have any, I didn't alter the ball in any way. I have a process that I go through before every game where I go in and I pick the balls that I want to, the footballs that I want to use for the game. Our equipment guys do a great job of breaking the balls in. They have the process that they go through. When I pick those footballs out, at that point, to me, they're perfect. I don't want anyone touching the balls after that. I don't want anyone rubbing them, putting in the air in them, taking the air out. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up on the field.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's Tom Brady. And now the equipment managers. So far, that is the most salacious aspect of the Ted Wells report.
You guys didn't play far enough into the clip, though.
Which is
like
what?
5 seconds after that.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm lying. And
I didn't hear that part of
yeah,
it.
he goes, I'm lying
Yeah.
about this right
Yeah.
now.
I didn't hear that
And it's not true what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we all tamper with the balls. That's what we do. You guys got to play it
see
farther.
That. I don't remember that being
Well,
part of the press conference.
What he said.
Matt Walsh burned the tapes or something, that part or something.
Brockman, it's all coming
But
out.
he might as well have said it because that's.
I'm wearing full Tom Brady regalia on the show tomorrow.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's still the greatest of all time. So everyone can just keep talking.
By the way, I agree. All this doesn't matter.
He
Couldn't
woke
matter
up
less.
this morning next to Giselle and has 3 MVPs on the mantle.
And 4 Super Bowl rings.
He's
Yeah.
good. He's good.
Yeah, he's
good.
He's amazing. He's great. He's great.
Yeah.
He's arguably the greatest.
And guess
getting
what?
less arguable.
The balls didn't matter.
Agreed. Also,
So it's fine.
to me, it's only interesting how, again, proving once again in
Yes.
this country, ever since Watergate, okay, the original gate, cover up much worse than the crime. You know, and then the cover up in this case couldn't matter less either. But
So it's cover-up gate.
yeah, just go out there and say,
Essentially
yeah,
what it
we
is.
all like the balls the way we like them. I didn't tell them to do it for this game specifically, but they probably did.
I mean, the most salacious part of this report are the text messages between the equipment guys.
Which it's not a criminal investigation, so how did they get the text messages? These guys
because
just handed it
they
over?
handed it over. Tom Brady was asked repeatedly for all of his electronic information, and he denied their request,
Yeah,
which is his legal right.
As everyone should have in this case.
Well, there's a difference between being an equipment manager for a team and a 4-time Super Bowl champion quarterback for a team, where one might feel less inclined to give away a phone to a lawyer. I think we can all agree we wouldn't want a lawyer taking a look at any of our phones, anybody, because of the stuff that you text to friends and whatever that could be taken completely out of context.
Yeah.
Or you're an equipment manager and your job depends on what's going on, and you hand your phone over.
So these guys are going to be the Patriots equipment guys next year after Tom sees these texts
No way.
and sees what they say, and
No
the Patriots are going to have them
way.
there. I mean, their jobs are gone.
Yeah, that's for sure, right?
Would you like to be a Patriot equipment manager?
I would. I would like it.
Job's open. Well, if you didn't have that Seth MacFarlane thing that
Yeah.
It's true.
you know, or any other of the projects.
Border Town, by the way, will be on next fall. on
Was that
Fox.
what's it called?
Border Town?
What's it about?
It's about a border guard,
It's about a town by a border.
about a racist border guard.
And is it a cartoon? Is it
It is a
animated?
cartoon.
Okay.
It's animated.
And you are playing the voice of the border guard?
Yes. Bud Buchwald.
Can you give me an idea of what Bud Buchwald
Yeah,
sounds
Bud Buchwald's kind of like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, come on, you. Get off of my border patrol, you jagoff.
That's it.
Jagoff's my word of the
Is
day.
it a go-to? It's your go-to?
Yeah, well, today it is. By the way, the show's a lot funnier than that.
Okay.
That was-
Very good.
why we
Look,
have
we're going to
light-
take a break here, and we'll finish up with Hank Azaria. Maybe we'll take one phone call. 844-204-RICH will be the phone number to dial. We'll take one phone call with Hank, and then Bob Costas will go over this Deflategate report with us. I mean, this is perfect timing for the Rich Eisen Show to have this happen right here with Hank
I
in
wonder
studio.
what Bob feels about all
Well, you can stick around.
that. I'm going to.
There you go. Jim Brockmeyer just stopped by the studio, too. It was fun to see him.
Thanks, Rich Eisen.
844-204-RICH. Back with more in a moment. Hank Azaria here for one more segment. Larry in Maryland, you're on the Rich Eisen Show with Hank. Larry?
Hey, Rich, thanks for taking the call. I was just sitting here listening to your show,
Yeah.
and I wanted to ask Hank about Herman's Head. I've talked to a lot of people. They don't remember that show, and I thought it was a brilliant show, and I was just curious why it didn't last. Was it ahead of its time, or just the ratings terrible?
Why was Herman's Head unsustainable?
Larry, is it Larry?
Yes, Larry.
Yes.
Larry, you know, this is slightly awkward because I'm sort of with those people who didn't really love that show too
Yeah,
much.
well, it was kind of cool to see the faces behind The Simpsons when that
Well,
show was on.
I agree. Always nice to get my face out there. But I learned a lot. I enjoyed that show, but I never really, to be honest with you, loved it.
Is that right?
And whenever people come up to me and say, "Oh, that show was brilliant," or "I loved it," I always feel a little awkward because
No
I'm
kidding.
Like, I don't.
But,
I know. I hate to.
No, Larry, thanks for the call.
I appreciate that you liked it.
Yeah, there
though,
you go.
Larry.
I think you should just embrace,
roll with it?
Embrace Herman's head.
Just
Hank,
since
it's been a long time.
Nah,
It's been a long time.
didn't love the show.
No, just embrace the Herman's head love. I got a tweet here from a fellow named Al at Huck Disc Not Hate. That's what it says here. Jim Brockmeyer changed my life. 4 words: back to front wiping. Hashtag dab at it.
So I helped this man with his anal hygiene. That's wonderful.
You did. So what is it in a minute we have left? What is the future of Jim Brockmeyer? Is that coming?
Jim Brockmeyer has successfully sold a show to the IFC network.
Fantastic.
And we'll know fairly soon whether we're going to actually make it to the air or make it back to the bar.
It's a pilot? It's a pilot? Is that what
It'll
it is?
be a series.
No kidding.
If we get to do it.
Nice.
You know, Jim's got apparently you have to pay the right people off. I don't understand how it all works.
Kent, how do you pronounce Kent?
Well, he said Hurlbeck, which was it's like Eartha Kitt. It went all Eartha Kitt on me, and as you know, I don't tolerate that nonsense.
Oh my God!
If Julie Newmar or bust, I say.
I know. Are you in? And you're also in Ray Donovan season 3? Is that coming up too, or no?
Yes,
Okay.
it is actually.
Fantastic.
Ray Donovan season 3,
July 12th.
That's when it premieres.
You're in everything.
I'm pretty much in everything.
Yeah, you are.
And I was in Herman's head.
July 12th, Mets in first.
I feel bad for Larry and Maryland.
Yeah, no,
man.
embrace the
I've
Herman's
really
head.
burst his bubble.
When Ray Donovan hits the air, the Mets still in first place in the NL East.
Ooh.
That's all-star break right there.
That's a
I'm gonna
Mets
say
fan.
yes.
Oh,
Boy.
I know.
I thought you were going to go no.
Come on.
First you have to throw up, and then you go, yeah, they will. They will.
Hank Azaria, thank you, sir, for coming on.
I'm glad I could help you out.
Yeah, you can help the ball club.
Yeah, help the bowel club.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.